Hi there, welcome back to Summer Money. Now, for most of us, one of our top priorities is to get our financial house in order and make the most of our money. The beginning of the year is the perfect time to take a closer look. So, where do we start? Well, joining us to hopefully answer that question, Angus Dockrill, Principal Advisor of McIntyre Financial Advisory, is in studio with me. Angus, great to have you on board, I suppose.
Thanks for having me.
Start of a new year, everyone's looking to get that house in order. Where do they start?
Well, I think I've got three key tips for 2012. And the first one is to simply have a plan. Plan your success. Successful businesses have a plan, and successful people also have a plan. And it never ceases to amaze me how many otherwise smart and capable people don't spend enough time and energy on their own personal plan. So my first tip is to have that plan. And in doing so, I want it to be realistic. I want your goals to be realistic. Importantly, I want you to write them down. If you don't write them down, it's not going to happen. And set some timeframes to it so you can be accountable to that plan and improve it as you go along.
Tip 2?
Well, in the year ahead, in 2012, I want you to make a choice to be an opportunist and not a victim. And what I mean by that, we all know how we've been beaten up over the last 4 years, and now's the perfect time for us to, or the very natural human time, for us to want to revert back into our shells and delay or not make those financial decisions. So my suggestion is to be an opportunist. Don't wait for certainty. Don't be a victim. Adopt that positive attitude and you'll be well placed to execute your plan.
And I suppose in terms of being opportunistic and so forth, I suppose you need to tailor what you're after as to where you are in life, and depending on where you are, it's going to be a different plan. It's not exactly, I would have thought, going to be a one-size-fits-all approach.
No, definitely not. We're all individuals, we're all different, we've all got our own goals. What's important to you is different to what's important to me. So to that end, live your own path and don't live the path of your next door neighbour.
And tip 3?
It's a good old chestnut, but a timely one. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Now, particularly with this backdrop of these last 4 years of uncertainty, it's a perfect time for a lot of schemers to be marketing to you after certainty, after safety. And I think you should put in the back of your mind that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If someone's offering me an investment that says 10% per annum, 12%, 15% per annum, reasonably risk-free, guaranteed from some perhaps reputable financial institution, I'd have a second look.
And is it quite easy to, I suppose, get distracted from that plan, as you say, by a lot of the sort of outside noise that can quite frequently tend to, I suppose, mislead people or just knock them off path?
Entirely true. And that's why I think with these 3 tips, people that adopt these 3 tips are going to be better placed to remain true to themselves and achieving what's important to them in terms of having a plan. If you have a plan, you're ahead of the curve. Have that positive, make that choice to be that positive mindset of being an opportunistic investor rather than a victim. And remembering in the back of your mind, but if things are too good to be true, they probably are.
And have you found that as a result of the conditions that there are more and more people saying, actually, I think I need a bit of help in terms of, the way forward here, because it's not simply throw some money in the equity market because it's just everything keeps going up.
No, life isn't a dress rehearsal, unfortunately. There are no second chances in this, so if you want to maximise the probability of you achieving what's important to you, as I said, spend some time at that strategic level, developing your own plan, and you'll be on the path to success. All
right, Angus, great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for your time.
Terrific. Thanks, James.
Angus Dockrill there from McIntyre Financial Advisory.